Hey everyone, Richard Robbins here. Well, Happy New Year and welcome to the Roaring 20s. We got a brand new decade in front of us. I must admit, I'm very excited about this particular decade. The numbers are in for the Toronto Real Estate Board, so I'm going to take you through the numbers. What I'm going to do is something a little different in a couple of the slides. First of all, I will show you January through December for 2019. I'll compare December of 2018 to 2019. But then what I'm also going to do, I'm going to go back 5 years, and I will show you the total number of sales that happened in the Toronto Real Estate Board for the last 5 years, and also the average price for the last 5 years as well. One announcement I want to make. This is the last time I'll be doing monthly updates. I'm going to move my updates to quarterly. Now you might say, why are you doing that? When I started these a number of years ago, I started these updates with the intention of showing real estate professionals how to possibly do market updates in their particular market for their audience. Since then, obviously, hundreds and hundreds of people are now doing these market updates, which is great. So I thought, you keep doing yours monthly for your audience, the home buyers and the home sellers, and what I'm going to do for the real estate industry is I'm going to move these to quarterly. So anyway, let's get started. So here's the deal, everybody. If we look at January through December, we look at sales for each month, active listings at the end of each month, months of inventory, right? Average price and days in market. As we know, months of inventory determines the strength of pricing. 4 to 6 balanced, okay? Below 4 months is going to be a seller's market, prices going up. And if we get above 6 months, we've got more of a buyer's market, which is the case in many markets across Canada, but not here. That means our prices are going down. So if we just look at this, we can see we did 4,000 in sales in January, and then of course it went up to 5,000, up to 7,100, and then to 9,000. Look at this, we did almost 10,000 in May, which by the way was the best month of the year. June we did 8,860. 85.95 in July, as it generally comes down, but it didn't actually. It stayed very strong throughout the summer here. Then we went to 77.11, okay, and then 78.25 started to strengthen a bit, and then October was the strongest month of the fall at 84.91, and then just over 7,000 ended at 43.99, down 38% from November. However, wait till I show you December of 2019 to 18, you're going to notice it was much better. But look at this. You started with 3 months of inventory. And by the way, this is still a very strong marketplace. And then you can see it started to go down. And look where we ended up, 1.7, 1.7. So what's happened, if you look at the whole year, price-wise, okay, your market has continued to strengthen pretty well throughout the whole year, which is pretty cool stuff. Okay, so let's talk about what went on December of 18, December of 19. You did 3,449 sales. In 18, you did 4,399, which is up by 17%. So your sales are up substantially December of 18 over 19. And look at your price, 750 to 838. Now this is December over December, not the whole year, but you can see, look at this, up substantially. Well, why would it go from 750 to 838? Well, guess what? 1.7 months of inventory. So because this is so low, obviously what happens, your prices are increasing in your marketplace, which is all good, right? So as we move forward, if I look for the last 5 years, this is what happened the last 5 years in terms of total number of sales. You can see we did just over 100,000 in 15. Then we went up by 11%, okay, in 2016. And then, of course, what started to happen, it started to drop. Went down to 92,000, which was down by 18% over 16. And then we went down by another 15%, okay, in 2018 over what we did in 2017. But look at this. So you can see the trend here. Went up 1 month. Then, of course, many things took place economically in the marketplace, caused it to go down a little bit, and now we're moving back this way. So I think what you're going to see is you're going to see this continue a trend, and I think this number is going to be substantially more than this, okay, as we move into 2020. You might get back up here. You might get up here to just over 100,000 in 2020. Nobody knows for sure, just my prediction, but it wouldn't shock me if that took place. What about prices? 2015, you did 622. That was your average price. Then we went up by 17% to 729. Then we went up again by another 12% to 822. And then, of course, remember, sales started to drop. You can see down here, so as sales started to drop, what happened to the price? Went down to 787. And then, of course, you can see because what ended up happening, our months of inventory was low for most of the year. If we look at the average price overall for the whole year, it was up by 4%. Now, if I go back here, you can see obviously that what was going on was you're up substantially more in terms of average price. Okay, right here, if we look at December over December, is up by 11%, but that's December of 18 to December of 19, where if you look at the numbers I was just showing you what that is, that is for the whole year. Whoops, I just missed it there. It's there somewhere. There it is. This is for the whole year. Now, I'm not going to show you these slides, but I want you to know they're available on our blogs. We created them for you, but I'm not going to go over them all. So first of all, if you go to our blog, which you can get on our website, you can get these slides. I also did detached, so I did micro markets. So this is the last 3 years of sales for detached. Then what I also did semi-detached, the number of sales. Then I also did condo townhouses. And of course, we did condo apartments. Then what we did is we get into pricing. So I give you the price for the last 3 years of, again, the different markets. So we got detached, for semi-detached, we've got condo townhouses, and we got condo apartments. So if you go to our blog, that information is all there for you. You can have a look at it, and you can maybe use it. You can talk to your customers with some of these numbers. Okay, so my prediction for 2020, Toronto, Greater Toronto, you're in for a great market. I don't suspect we're going to see any interest rate increases this year, right? Who knows, but I don't think so. The government is talking about looking even at the stress testing. Maybe they'll make adjustments to that and make that a little bit better. So I just suspect that this year overall, you're going to have a better year in 2020 than you did in 2019. And by the way, 2019 wasn't all bad. Down substantially from what it was about 3 years ago, but we're starting to move back in the right direction. And at the end of the day, everybody, remember this: it's a beautiful life. Make it count.